All right, you're back with Jazz Discovery, and now it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for, our Jazz Discovery in the instrumentalist category. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and take a look at both contenders. We'll do that with our first recap. Pianist Tigran Martikyan from New York City. Let's take another look. All right, we're going to go to our judges to see what they thought of Tigran Martikyan's performance, and we're going to start with you, Ms. Cheryl Goodman.
Okay. I thought it was a very strong performance. The three musicians were technically very good, particularly the pianist Tigran, is that right? And it was probably a little bit more out than for my taste, but I thought that, and probably in that regard, I had a little problem with I need a little bit more melody to maintain a melody a little bit more throughout for me, but I needed it, I think, to work together a little bit better. But again, that might just be more my taste than it was their competency of their performance.
Okay.
But
so you're not talking about the cohesiveness.
Well, I sort of am, but you know, again, because when it's a little bit more on the avant-garde side, then, you know, it's a little bit outside of what I usually listen to or what I work in. But, like I said, individually, they were very strong musicians, so I'm sure they worked together well within the style of music that it was. Okay. Is that okay? Is
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, very good. Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Danny Burns, what did you think of Tigran?
It's so hard to judge seeing such a small part of it.
Exactly.
Sometimes. I mean, they were somewhere, and they had to get there.
Right.
Without seeing an entire,
see that.
yeah,
right.
Without seeing an entire show. I mean, I've been watching Chick's live performances for 12 years now, and you see them start a certain way, take it somewhere completely different, and then bring it back again. What I saw, I liked. I mean, they got where they were, and they were having a great time, it looked like. So it was nice. Yeah.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Danny. All right, Mr. Chick Corea.
I have so much to say. I don't want to glut the program, because just this whole format of you know, evaluating artists, we were talking about it beforehand. I enjoyed Tigran. It's hard to talk about his performance without comparing it to Rodney's performance, because we've seen two artists. But I want to make one comment.
Sure.
That was my initial comment, which was that both groups have such a completely unique personality all their own. Yeah. I mean, it's almost like two different kinds of music. I mean, you could call them jazz, but they're like two completely different kinds of music.
So does that make it harder for you?
No, I'm just telling you what how I see it.
Okay.
You know, like Rodney's performance to me was like steak and mashed potatoes.
Okay. And Tigran's was?
Tigran's performance was like chicken soup with garlic and sweet carrots.
Well, how do we put that into numbers? So I think those are both pretty good meals. You liked them both?
I liked them.
Okay.
I liked them both.
Okay, thank you. Too. Well, that was the most unique commentary we've ever had on any of our contender shows. Thank you for that.
But let's go on. Let's move on.
Okay. We're going to find out what Tigran received. He received a score of 2.7. So what that means is next we're going to take a look at our contender, jazz violinist, electric jazz violinist Rodney McCoy, and Deep Pockets from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Again, here is a quick recap. Rodney McCoy and Deep Pockets, and like Chick said, it's almost like two different meals. So, what'd you think of this this happy meal?
Okay, a happy meal?
It was happy with happy music.
Okay. Actually, I like Rodney a lot. I like electric violin, and we were sort of talking about some of the other artists who are, you know, really great with that instrument, and he definitely is, you know, is enjoying it, is in it, and he had a real definite groove going, and so I really liked him. The band, I sort of thought might have been a little bit too electronic. I would have, the two keyboards and synthesizers or whatever else I think it was, I might have liked to see him with a different ensemble or something. But, I mean, they were fine too, but just listening to him, I think I wanted to hear something a little bit different behind him. Okay. But I thought he was, his musicianship was great. Okay. I enjoyed him.
Very good. Thank you, Cheryl Goodman, Mr. Danny Burns. What did you think of our second contender?
I thought they looked like they were having a lot of fun too. I mean, they were grooving. It was probably a real fun show to go and see. I'd like to see them live sometime. Anything
that you would have done differently? Cheryl thought that maybe the musicians behind him could have been a little bit different. Anything that you noticed that you thought could
no, not at all. I mean, for what they were playing, that it was their choice to have two keyboardists and the drummer. I couldn't really see the drummer that much in the video, but it looked like he was holding it together back there for everyone, and Rodney just wailing on the violin.
Going for it. All right.
It's good, very good.
All right, thank you, Danny. All right, Chick-corea, what say you? We're all waiting to hear.
Well, Rodney's music makes Rodney's band makes you want to dance. You know, I know that. You know, I don't always want to listen to music. In fact, I tell my wife sometimes to turn the radio off or the TV. I just want to hear silence. So you don't want to hear it all the time. And then if I do want to listen to music, I'm not always in the same mood either.
Right, right.
Rodney's music would put me in the mood to want to, you know, party a little bit and hang and dance some. Whereas Tigran's music is a little bit more intellectual, and you'd want to kind of listen to it and see how the trio interacts and see how the three musicians play together. You know, again, it's like two different things. But what would be interesting would be to see Rodney play violin with Tigran.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. And you know what? You never know. Might see that on another show.
They'd rub off on one another.
Yeah. All right. Again, very insightful, a little bit different, but we like it. We really like it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Chick, thank you.